Welcome back to the Maze Challenge. It's year 5. Year 4 was really exciting. This is what feels like we're making some progress, and this is what we did for the screenshot. That's how we left it. Let's get the time rolling. Thank you everyone who is here hanging out. Really appreciate every single one of you. What we're gonna do here, I think we're gonna do these fields a little different. I think I'm gonna give us a decent end row cut off here. Instead of doing just the entire headland, we'll do this north side, or what are we on? The east side of the map right now? We'll do the east side of the field, and then we'll shoot down to the bottom and do the west side. But I think we'll do a couple passes here, just make it a little bit easier to turn around. And pretty ecstatic about what we're gonna see yield-wise with the extra area added. Because this now, we would be about halfway through the field almost right now. You can see there's a whole lot more because of that extra field we bought. And we also have that on the field back down there as well. So, starting a year for the first time with cash in hand and our debt completely paid off. There is a tractor that is tempting me right now, available in the used market, but I think we're gonna pass on it. Once we get these end rows done, I will show you. And it's only gonna be there for a little bit. Hopefully it wasn't bought already. $60,000. It was super tempting to have a second tractor, but I don't know how often it would be useful. It would be useful for if it was powerful enough to pull the carts, and then I could use the John Deere to do some plowing, and I don't have to switch vehicles or switch implements. I just have to switch vehicles. So that was kind of my thought process, but I don't know. I'm struggling with it, but I got a little bit here to decide. And getting across here already at 30% full on this harvester, pretty exciting. It is yellow up here. We'll see how the rest of the yield is on this new section in a little bit, but all is trending well. These harvests are going to take a lot longer to do. Each session is going to take longer to record. And this is the year where we might start splitting these into releasing at 6 months. So you'll know that when the video comes out, it'll either be called, year 4.5, or it'll be called year 5, depending on how long it takes to record and how much content I get out of it. But we can see some green already, just a little inconsistency right now in this area, probably for the direction we're harvesting, and the precision farming map is having a hard time updating that. But yeah, like I was saying, might end up being just 6 months, depending on how long or how much content I have at that point of the playthrough here of the year. And just a little more insight is I do about a 2 hour, like an hour and a half to 2 hour recording session. And then I will edit that down and see how long it is and make sure we're tracking pretty good for enough content for the entire year. It's pretty much how I do these videos that are done as a supercut and not individual episodes. So hopefully that made sense. I had a hard time explaining myself there, but looking good. Where are the carts at? Oh, they're back there. Okay, so we'll have to get that all set up and probably unload here before we go to the bottom, because I want to do those 2 end rows and then head back up the field on the auger side. You can see we did use Courseplay for the last harvest of this. Get that disabled because we don't need it right now. We might hand off to a worker, but as of right now, I do plan on doing majority of this harvest myself. So let's go ahead and we'll cruise over here. We're close enough. And we can go, was it 16 miles an hour? Yeah. 20 miles an hour apparently. So start getting this unloaded. We'll head to the bottom, do the same. And we're hoping for big numbers. Oh, while we're here, this Valtra here, 190 horsepower. I don't see any more upgrades horsepower-wise that we could do to it. It says it could pull 5.4 tons. So tempting. 41% off, and then there's this that's even more tempting, but that would completely break the bank. Don't think that's wise, but 340, what is our current tractor? 462, so that would be somewhat comparable. I'll probably forget about it and we won't do it, but boy, is that tempting. All right, let's head down to the bottom of the field and do the same, and we'll get progressing here. Oh, we have some rain coming. Let's get far enough over right here. Throw it on cruise control. Cruise control, there we go. And let's take a look at the weather. Noon. Okay, so hopefully we have this field done, and then worst case, we can harvest the other fields on September 2nd. Or through the night, so hopefully the rain doesn't affect us too much. Just loop around this tree, and then we'll cut towards the field here. Get that all enabled. Cruise control enabled as well. And away we go. And we should start from the other side because that's where I want to start going up and down, but we have enough room to turn around where one end row here is probably enough. And that'll give us more capacity in the hopper too as we start going up and down to get the grain cart all settled and ready. Man, this field just feels so much bigger. It's a third through it now. And starting to get some yield data in here. Same color, that light green color. A little bit darker, actually, than the field behind us, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, and then dark green at the edge there where the soil types change. 29% full here. Quite the big field of corn now. And we'll go ahead and start heading this direction, and we should get full. I'm guessing we'll be close to the end based on how that was going with 70% capacity starting, but momentarily we'll find out. So this should be the longest pass of the harvest, and it was just about 60%, 64% of the field, or of the capacity of the harvester. So we do know that we will want to slow down here. We're going to open up right there. So we do know that starting this direction should fill up about 50, 60, almost 60%. And then at that point, we should be able to unload when it's coming back. So we will use a worker to help us out with this. Just keep us constantly harvesting instead of the little break we're taking right now. All right, get pulled up far enough, get this filled up, and that might fill up the front one and start filling up the back one already. And then we'll get the worker going on the harvest and run cart. Or probably until it starts raining. And pull forward to load in the back as well. So that is pretty positive that we're already loading the back trailer there. And get this lined up good to hand over to a worker. Now actually, we'll save a little bit of cash and do a little bit of it. Might as well. There we go. They might do a better job than us anyways. We'll be keeping our eye out for some better transportation for the grain in the used market. I think what we'll do with that is if something does pop up for us, we'll buy it, but I don't think we're going to spend or pay full price for a semi and trailer setup. And that would free up the tractor as well, because we could just load the semi directly on the field and not have to have an auger wagon or something that we fill up and then load the semi with. Just some things I'm thinking about. But the first, that curb gets us every once in a while. The first 23 liters of this year are going in soon. There we go. And we'll head on down to the field now and start helping unload. Probably not even done with that pass, so timed it pretty well. Yeah, you see them out there in the distance still working their way down the field the first time. So they should be a little more than half full. Let's go ahead and take a look at that so we can learn. Yeah, 57%. So what I'm going to do is line up next to them. We have our cruise control speed set up to 6. So once we're at a good spot, we should be able to just enable that and cruise with them just like that. And what I have been doing is pretty much driving this all the way the length of the field here and then turning around. We're going a little faster than them. Might be easier just to use the pedal at this point. Can't keep it straight. There we go. Yeah, so like I was saying, I have been going all the way down here to the field, and then I'll loop back around just to assure it doesn't run out at any time so we can keep the harvest active at all moments. That should be more than close enough, and we will start turning around and go wait for them. And this is where I really start debating on if we're gonna buy that tractor, start running some numbers, but really leaning towards not doing that at this point and focusing more on land because we need a lot. So we're sitting at about 50, little over 50,000 liters so far on this harvest. We did do the end rows, so it's a little off, but we have one more pass of the new field, so that increased yield's looking pretty promising already. if we can get up this hill. And deposit a little more corn here. 10 o'clock already. We're tracking okay. I'm hoping we get this harvest done before the rain comes. Yeah, we should have about 55,000 liters. Beautiful start. Finally figured out we are able to unload them both at the same time. I've just been being a doofus. Much faster. So we got about 50,000, well, what are we, 80,000, 87,000 liters now? Got a selfish number in mind. We're almost halfway. So I don't know if we're going to get it, but my selfish number was, already forgot it. Oh, yeah, just over 200,000. I want over 200,000 liters from this harvest, from just this field. I don't think we're going to get it. I think we'll get close. So we are a little bit more than halfway done, taking the headlands into account. So we'll get close. Be nice if this was a $400,000 field every year with the 2 harvests, because that would put us at 2.4 million the rest of the way. That puts us about a quarter of the way to that 10 million with just this field. But it might be closer to 2 million over the next 6 years. The rain has hit. I think we need to stop the harvest now. We'll shut off the harvester. 4% in there. I mean, we're going to play the game as it is. We're not worried about it getting rained on in this playthrough. If this was one of my other series, I would role play emptying it. We will empty this grain because I was on my way to do that anyways. Then we'll drop off the carts and grab the plow and do a little bit of plowing while we're waiting for this rainstorm to pass. I think we're going to be okay to get all the work done today still. It should only be an hour-long rainstorm according to the forecast, so we'll see how that goes. But there you go. You can see both of them tipping at the same time. And we are well past halfway at this point. Oh, we got a little too far there on the front one. Get that finish going. And then we'll get a little subtotal here of 118,000 liters. I don't know if we'll get to that 200 number. It'll be really sweet if we do, though. Put this in a nice strategic spot right there. Not super strategic, but it'll do. And start driving forward, and we have plenty of the field to work on. So we can start plowing. A lot of it's opened up for us, so we're already at 12:12 now, so shouldn't be too long before this storm is over. Get GPS all set up. I do the plowing with GPS for sure, so we don't miss any spots and be a little bit more efficient that way. So we'll go about right there. We'll see how that treats us. And I did not mean to fold it. That's pretty much perfect. Get that lowered. Cruise on up and down this field. 6 miles an hour. And look at that, the windshield wipers are going. That's pretty sweet. Automatic windshield wipers. Plowing in the rain. Oh, we had cruise control set at 6 for the harvester. I was like, 6 miles an hour seems super slow. I don't remember being that slow. It is 9, so that feels much better. The rain has cleared up. We are back at the harvest finally. We got all of that done. I was heading back to get the grain carts and just anticipate the rain ending when it stopped. Not too bad. Got a lot of progress done there. Almost perfect timing, really. And we've taken over the harvester to do the last little bit of this harvest ourselves here. At this point, we are sitting just over. We have 182,000 liters there. We have 16,000 liters, almost 17,000 liters, I believe, in the grain cart. If I go over here, will it not turn yellow? That's bothering me. Oh, look, it's putting data. Yeah, the data gets inconsistent when you harvest these little strips. But yeah, so almost 17,000 in the grain cart. So what we're hoping for is about 2,000 on this pass here. And we will be, yeah, look at that terrible yield because of the small section. I think that's a bug. But yeah, so we should be sitting at about 200,000 liters when we get done here. And I'm really interested to see what the total is going to be when we do these next 2 fields as well, which will be all of the September harvest. And then multiply that by 2 and kind of see where we're sitting. Hopefully between These 3 fields we're harvesting right now for the next 6 years, that'll be about 3 million. And we have the other fields to add up. So we got like $6-7 million still to find out there. Be interesting. It'll be interesting because we still got to spend a lot. Got to spend a lot to get the land and buy seed, fertilizer, lime. Got all the equipment we need. We got to repair this guy. Probably should have done that before this harvest. We might head over there and do that before the next one, seeing that it's about 50% there. Yeah, fun times. All right, let's shut this off, raise it. We are going to head on over and repair before we do these other harvests. Probably should have done that before this one. And maybe get some fuel while we're over there. And just back up into the little trigger here. And, oh, 8,000, ouch. And 600. That's $9,000 we'll never see again. I put 59 hours in this playthrough already. That's insane. All right, first time harvesting this section as well. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the other one. We're gonna take off the end here, a couple end rows so that we can turn around a little bit easier. And seeing the data for the first time, light green, not bad. This is the last of our extra fields in this session. After we replant, I think we'll look at our budget and finances and see what we have money-wise that we could potentially spend in October and see if we can buy a field or two to get prepped and turned into ours to expand the operation. But a little headland pass here or an end row pass here gives us about 17% of the hopper full. 2,472 liters to be exact. And we'll do just one more just to make sure we have enough room to turn around. Probably do this entire harvest myself since it's a smaller field, but it's not as small as it used to be. I think this extra field was a little bit larger than the original one that we've blended it into. Pretty good yield data there. We'd like the dark green color, but we'll take green. Anything better than red or orange or yellow is favorable in my opinion. That should be good there. We will back up and start heading forward now. North up the field. And the dark green color is what we're seeing now. That's lovely. Fill up that hopper super fast on this harvester. Take it back. We will give it to a worker. Getting low on fuel on the tractor as well, but it's not as a concern as it is with the harvester. If you ran out when there's grain in it, we can just reset it and then drive it to the gas station that way. Finished with this field, heading on over to the third location. Things are progressing real nice. I'm going to hold off until we're done with this field to get our grand total for this harvest, but I'm feeling pretty optimistic about the 10 million. 20 million is not happening. And just cruising on in here. Turned the harvester on way too soon, but we'll do ahead and rinse and repeat what we've done so far. Go ahead and give us enough room to turn around. We'll have a worker help us out the rest of the way. And run the grain cart once we get this all prepped. Coming in real nice here though. Color staying the same. That's what we wanted to see with this new strategy that's about 1.5 years old now. Working out great. Seems like the lights have turned on the harvester already. It is taking longer to do everything with this extra land that we have. Finally done with the harvest. Let's take a look at our number. 280. Okay, let's do some math. So 280, we're gonna do the full number. Let's just say we get $1,000 per 1,000 liters. Times 2 is 560,000 a year. Times 6 puts us at 3.36 million. Oh, okay. And we have the 2 other fields, so between those, we might be close to halfway as far as the fields we need, but we don't have the same amount of time because we don't own those fields yet. It's really hard to calculate if we're going to succeed, but this was a long recording session. We'll get the plowing and planting done on September 2nd. It's day 2 of year 5. We've got the harvest complete. We've got the plowing done. We have 280,000 liters of corn sitting at the train station waiting for the price to be right. And it's time to go get our lime all prepared. I do have a plan. I know which fields I want to buy next. I know how much money I need for them. So we will probably be taking out the full $100,000 loan, knowing we're going to get the money back once we do the sales. But that'll allow us to plant our new fields in October. So the plan right now is to finish here, and then actually let's use what we have. So let's get GPS all configured. We're going to finish this planting here, get this all prepped like we normally do in September, and then at that point I'm going to buy the plots of land and start getting them prepared and plant them in October. So we do have the rest of that all configured. Let's do that. Oh yeah, I exited the game. I was just using Courseplay, but I exited the game. So we'll go end, and about right here, let's do that. And we'll go ahead and hit the wrong button, but turn that on. And there we go. Starting our lime process. So this 6,700 liters will go pretty fast. We'll go by, fill up the whole tank. 7 bags is what it costs us, or what it holds. So we're gonna roll through this. I'm gonna try to do this a little quicker and get these out for you guys. I want to finish this series. I want to know if we're successful. I don't like how long it's been dragging on. We started it in like January, if not December, and it's already, gonna be May. It's gonna be May when this video comes out. So I think it's time to progress a little faster. I'm gonna try at least. I'm a doofus. I forgot to start the time. There we go. We got it going now, but I don't think time is a concern in this playthrough. We know what we can get done in 3 days. So we got 5,500 liters to go here. Let's see if we finish this exact path here. This pass. We should be able to, and then we'll go fill up. I think that's a good time to do that instead of completely emptying. Always like the fact that we're driving towards the store, and we can go ahead and shut it off right now. Disable GPS, using those guidelines a lot to help me when I turn around. But yep, super close to the store. You can see I was overlapping a little bit on my turnarounds there and not shutting off. Making good progress though, especially when the time's not running. It feels like super progress. But we got it running now. $88,000, just about 89. And we'll see. We have that $100,000. Oh, do we still? Let me make sure. That might change my plans. We do. We have no loans. So it looks like we have, is this fertilizer or lime over here? It is fertilizer. Okay. Oh, is that? What is? Oh, there is a little bag of lime hidden there. Why did it do that? That's bizarre. Let's move this over here. The game was just messing up there. That was strange. Just stole some of our lime. I've never seen it allow you to put a different... weird. Okay. We'll go ahead and buy 7 more bags, though. We know we'll use them. We'll probably need a little bit more, but that'll be good for now. And let's hope the game doesn't mess up again here. Caused me to rage quit this morning. That's not happening. All right, we'll get these filled up. We'll get back out there. Get the lime done. Get to the seeding process. And then we'll look at those new fields. And just a little bit left over in that last bag, as we expected. We'll head back out. Get these fields all spread with lime. Spread with lime. And back at it. Should be a really good year here on Maze Challenge. I think, I keep saying this, but as I've built this plan, I'm finally actually thinking about this a little more strategically than I did at the beginning. We're going to really see, I think halfway through year 6, we're going to know. We're going to know if we're going to be successful on 10 million. And we'll be even more clarified on if 15 or 20 is possible. You'll see in a few. And we just ran out of lime. And I'm debating buying the entire, filling this up completely. I can't get these. There we go. The beacons are off. I couldn't figure out how to get them off. Let's go ahead and turn on the 4-ways, though, while we're driving around here. Or the hazards, as I call them. Let's see what's left in this one bag. It might get us by the rest of this field, and then we can spend money later when we need to. But if it's like 500 liters, I think we're good. Yeah, we should be able to finish this field, and then we will get on to planting. Ooh, that's why we have the hazards on. That's not, we shouldn't drive like that. Unfold it back up, get it prepared here. Just a little bit over a pass and a half left. Get locked into our spots, turn this back on, and away we go. The last pass here, gonna be close. It's dropping fast. I think we got enough though. 200 left, a little over 100. Should be clean and good. All right, let's head back to the farmyard. Drop this off, get the planter, see what's going on with there, what kind of capacity we need to grab. And we'll get started on our little planning session here in September. All right, drop her off right there. Attach, please. Oh, we have to be selected on the implement to detach it. I knew that. And a decent amount of seed, but nowhere close to enough fertilizer to get started. So let's go ahead and head on in. Get all filled up here. Would be nice to have a cart to bring the goods around, the pallets around to us, but we need all the money we can get, so we'll hold off on buying that. Really, the only fields that I feel like are a problem right now are the far ones, and I was really tempted to sell them and just purchase ones closer. We still might do that, but I just don't know if it's wise. We spent so much money getting the pH in a good spot where we have to start over with the other ones. We have to buy these soil samples. We're probably getting close to having to repurchase some soil samples anyways. Oh, just gonna hold course with what we have, deal with the extra travel time, I think. I think that's right. I think that's the right way to do it. So it is liquid fertilizer. We'll have to keep that in mind. Playing multiple playthroughs, I kind of forget what each of these implements have sometimes. But let's see what we have in seed, if we can fill this all the way up to 100%. It doesn't look like it. It looks like that bag is depleted pretty good. Yeah, just a couple little seeds in there, and then this bad boy hopefully has a good amount. Looking good so far. So we know we need less than 1,000 of fertilizer. It gives us 2,000, so we just need 1 right now. We'll buy as we need it. Seed wise, they're a little cheaper. I'll hop in here. We'll grab 2 bags right now. All right, we're topped off on fertilizer. Now for seed. Oh, that's not close enough. It's not close enough. Ooh, let's buy 1 more bag. Why as well? We just bring these with us. Oh, it fell over. Is it gonna make it? Let's stop. That's not gonna work. There we go. All right, let's get the planning started. I think we will do the big field first. It just always feels nice for me to get the biggest project out of the way. And this time, knowing that I'm probably gonna have to go back to the store, I will start on the farther side of the field, so I'm working my way closer, just trying to really limit the travel time. Shouldn't be driving while this unfolds, but you know, that's how we roll. Speaking of rolling, be nice if those implements popped up and we got a little extra yield bonus. Like always, we'll get GPS all configured first, which looks about right here. Let's go ahead and I need to save these. I'm gonna do that this time. All right, we got the width set up. Let's go end here. Got to shift over a little bit more to the left. Go home. That's perfect. All right, so if we come in here now, we should be able to do, we'll call this big plant and save that. So now we have that saved. We can just grab it next time. This lowered, turned on, and we're getting some more corn in the ground. Another planting session on the Maize Challenge. This one will be the longest one we've had yet. Biggest field. Oh, we've planted this field before. I'm being silly. But once we get this done, we'll get the other 2 fields done. And then we have a decision to make. There are 4 sections of land that I'm wanting to purchase this year. Gonna be wise and use our money and our loan wisely to be able to get all 4 of those sections. That'll give us a total of, well, we have 5 right now. That'll give us a total of 9. 9 months. We'll try to separate them. We'll have a lot of... Wow, well, let me think through this. Is 6 the right amount? Well, we have 3 on the same cycle, and I don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, I think it'll be good. We'll have 2 cycles right now. We'll add 4 more. That'll be 6. That'll be the max that we can have as far as only harvesting 1 section per month, because we'll harvest them twice a year. Look at all that little bit of yield I'm missing on the left. I don't think we're going to even revisit that. I think we'll leave it. But anyways, like as I was rambling, trying to set it up to where we'll plant in October, we'll plant in November, we'll plant in December. We're going to be planting every month. We're going to be harvesting every month. And I'm hoping that that cycle starts the second half of year 5. We'll see how close we get to it. Cruising along here, we're about to run out of fertilizer. I don't think we're going to get to the end of this pass with what we have in capacity. So I'm watching it pretty closely. We're going to lift the second we run out. Oh, wow. What type of timing is this going to be? Look at that. All right, fold it on up. We got to go fill it up. That was rough. I was hoping to get that pass finished, but that didn't happen. And we're just over halfway done with this field. So, farming's expensive. We are going to completely fill everything back up just in case it's enough to finish both of the other 2 fields. I don't think it's going to be, but it'll be close. Fertilizer's definitely going to be the challenge here. So we'll go ahead and buy 2 more of those because we're going to need them. 1 and 2. And then seeds, I think we're probably going to need to buy a bag or 2 of seeds as well. But we'll get close here. Fill it up. Yeah, let's grab 2 more bags of those. Most expensive time of the year for us. Oh, I guess we only needed 1 of these tanks. That's okay. We're going to need it. We're going to need it later. And let's see if this is enough for the seeds. It is. There's 1 bag. And the second bag going in. And we are full. All right, let's get back out there. And we're back. Back in action here. So what I've been doing is just getting to the end, lifting, disabling the GPS, looping around here, locking in GPS, lowering back down, and continuing with our merry way. Pretty good progress. Pretty good process, I should say. All right, let's get this field done and the other 2 fields and move on to the next step. And speaking of field data, I noticed this one's looking a little strange, and we probably, yeah, I don't know if we have the right amount of lime on here, but we got to buy these. 2,800 and 2,200. Oh boy. Okay. We'll get back at it. Starting to plant down here and notice that the data was looking a little suspicious. So I'm worried about the amount of lime we put on it, though I didn't notice that during then. But I will go over that bottom section and just, yeah, you see the field data is inconsistent, and I was worried about why that was popping up that way, but it's because the field data was out of date. Good to know. Just finish this pass here to get the fertilizer to the right settings. The right amount put down, and it is fixing it. That's good. And I'm hoping we have enough here. We have a little bit of fertilizer left, but we have used our last bag of seed at this point. So we're going to cruise as close as we can here, and then we'll start using the GPS locations on the next pass. Close to being done with this section of the farm. And the last little section here is done, and we're finally ready to move on and purchase some more equipment, or more land. Let's go ahead and get this home, and then we will take a look at the map and talk about some options and make some decisions with our $167,000 to our disposal right now. All right, we got that shut off. Let's jump into the display here. And we have a couple sections that we're interested in. These ones here, let's go to this view here, $20,000. So this whole section here would cost me $96,952 before the soil samples. The next section I was looking at, we have a $47,000 field. Where would that be? Oh yeah, adding these 2 over here was another option. That would be a total of $79,000. Grabbing these little ones here from 31 to 28. Let's see. Let me remember what I had set up. Yeah, so 8, 19, 18, 28 through 31 would be a total of $121,000. And then extending down here with these 2 was the other option I was thinking about, and those would be $52,000. So what I'm going to do, we're going to buy 20, 22, 23, and this is for multiple reasons. Oh, we don't have enough money. Yeah, we got to take out those loans. This is for multiple reasons. I wanted to, we'll get this to 100 and I'll finish my thought. I wanted to buy based on proximity to the train station, as well as getting the larger amount because we would get a quicker return financially. So it is still September. I'm going to do a little bit of the plowing, and then we'll make sure it is October before we plant. So we're going to plow. We're going to connect the fields, buy the soil samples, and then at that point, I'm going to return all of the unused lent money. It was loaned to us. And then at that point, we'll decide, after we buy the soil samples, if in November we have enough money to buy that other section that is around 121,000. But I think we're going to have to hold off on that based on what we have left already until we do some selling. And this section, you know, costing, whoops, the wheel did not turn enough there. Costing as much as it did, it doesn't look too huge, but it should be good. So we'll go ahead and unfold here, start connecting these. Let's go to the farthest one and work our way back. It just seems to be the way my brain likes to do it. Pretty terrain change, or yeah, the slopes here and the hills, the terrain looks beautiful in this field. So this will be fun to turn into a big cornfield. So we'll get as close as we can. We're not going to be super picky with where we put these farm lines, especially because of the angle of everything. But we'll enable fields, lower that. Go ahead and drive forward, get these two connected, and then we'll get the other ones connected, buy the soil samples, completely plow this whole area, even though some of it might not need it. We'll just do it just in case. Apply some lime, and then we'll make it October. And we got an interesting angle here, so I am going to try to turn and try to naturally blend these together right to there. We'll go ahead and lift. And we are going to take a little bit of liberty and extend that just a little bit just to make the field look sane. I don't think that looks great. So we will do the outside first. I didn't realize the situation we had here. Loop around. Yeah, and I think connecting them that way isn't really taking too much advantage of the situation. Go ahead and lower it. Turn that on. And then, yeah, just kind of grind right like this. Get real close to that bridge and connect those other two. Pretty interesting field layout here. We get that done. We'll go ahead and lift. That's how we want it. And then this one should be a little bit more normal. We are going to plow all this, so might as well lower now. This one, yeah, it makes a lot more sense to just connect it perfect as close as we can. And you know what? While we're in this angle, let's finish this pass all the way down. And at the end here, we will go ahead and lift, rotate around, slow down just a little bit there so we can get lined up better. Destroying all these crops. Oh, it's so sad. But them's the rules. And drive forward here, connect these fields, and we'll go ahead and connect the other one and do the last, I think it's just one more pass we have to do to finish this. And buy the soil samples and see how we're looking financially at that point. I think we might be done spending the money though until we sell some crops. Blend these like so, not too bad. Drive straight up this hill, and we'll have them all connected. I think we will hop into the sky and take a look at our new field here. Yeah, pretty good size. I dig it. We'll get this all plowed up next. Let's go ahead and buy these samples now. 1,500, not too terrible. And look at the soil type. Somewhat lucky there. I dig that. All right, let's get this state fixed. And we do have to buy a few things, but before we forget, let's go ahead and pay off as much of this loan as we can. 2,000's good for now. We're gonna shut off fields. So now it should just be normal plowing. And it looks like a lot of this is plowed, but oops, we don't have it lowered. There we go. A lot of this is plowed, but I do want to just get it in a fresh state. Make sure we're all good to start here on this planting and lime that we're gonna do next. And again, we did disable stones. I just felt like the challenge was hard enough as it was, that dealing with stones was just an extra thing that wasn't necessarily adding value to the series, and yeah, the challenge was hard enough. But let's get this plowed. We'll rejoin you when it's time to do the lime. It is October 1st. We have everything plowed. As you can see, it's all in a plowed state. We'll go in here and buy as much lime that it'll allow us before taking out a loan a little bit more. So we're gonna fill this up, get liming done, and then I think that means when we plant is when we're gonna wanna take money out. We have $221. We will have a little bit of fertilizer left here, but we will need some seed. So we'll have to take a little bit more of that loan out, and I think that means that we won't be able to expand yet until we sell, which is okay. I did want to, and the reason why I did the plowing in September is I wanted to see how the money broke down to see if we could afford that $52,000 plot. I think it's just a little too risky right now, and I wanted to plant those at the same time because they're extending existing fields. So that was the thought process there, but we'll keep progressing and get this lime all filled up, and hopefully this is enough for that new section and we don't have to spend more money on lime. Even though it is the first time applying, it's going to be tough. It's going to be close. In a different field layout, so I'll have to figure out what the best route is, and I think going the long direction's obviously going to be best for this one. There is a creek right there, so we can't just drive straight through. So what I'm going to do, this little section here is going to be challenging every time, so we will just kind of turn it on, get this little small section out of the way. Not too bad, 2.63 tons, up to 5.3 there. Used 1%, but I don't know if that's a full percentage or not. Yeah, just a couple passes here. And then we'll turn. Got it all. Very nice. I am going to turn. No, that won't even help. The guidelines won't even really help here. It's an interesting angle. But yeah, I can see 4.38 tons. It's going to use a lot. 3.5, that's better. Ooh. Ooh. This is a little good section here. They must have been treating this field. All right, I'll let you know how it goes. And a little tiny section to finish here. 25% left. That seems pretty good. Luckily, it seems like these were taken care of, or it's just the soil type making it a little bit easier on us. I don't think it will cover this. Nope. All right, we are all set. Let's go get the planter all prepared, and then we'll get to skip time and make some money and pay off that loan and figure out the next step. I don't think this will be enough, so we will go top everything off. We're at the point where we're going to always buy, so overbuying right now doesn't really hurt us until year 10. I do think the proximity to the store is less important than the proximity to the train station. At least it is in my head. Unless we got semis that had a huge capacity compared to what we're working with right now. And let's see what we have left in this bag. I know we have a decent amount of, or we should have a decent amount of fertilizer. I think we have more fertilizer than seed right now. Not close enough. Oh, will it not work while it's on its butt like that? All right. We messed up. Oh, because it's lime. It's not seed. All right, let's buy some. Oh, we need to take out money. Save, save, save. 15 should be more than enough. Seed, we'll do 2 bags. Like I said, buying too much isn't gonna hurt anything, but let's do that first before we figure out if we need to buy fertilizer. We'll get a little closer for that other bag. Yeah, out of range. That'll be more than enough. Can't imagine the fertilizer's in as good of a state as the lime was in those fields, but let's see what we have. Yeah, we'll buy one more. We'll buy one more. 3,200, ouch. And that should fill it up. And like I said, that'll be more than enough. Turn that a little bit more. There we go. We should be able to turn around now. Let's get out to the field. See this in action here. Get another field prepped to extend our Maize Challenge royalty here, or our ability to make money. I don't know what I meant by royalty. That's silly. And while we're cruising here, let's go ahead and repay as much as we can. We have $421 and $45,000 in loans. That's not bad. That's not bad, but we will get hit as we sleep. Selling session is coming very soon, so we'll get that paid off. We'll know how much money we have for buying more land. And yeah, things are looking good. Now, this big planter in this little section at the beginning is gonna be a pain. I almost feel like we take the route from the road. Yeah, I think that might be the best. So we'll get over here. We'll have to ask people to forgive us for... Oh, there's our rock pile. There's our rock pile. We'll start unfolding this. Hopefully not a lot of vehicles come by while we're doing this here. But as always, you know, let's let them know. Have some blinking lights that they need to be aware of. And that deer sign, yeah, it's coming with us. There it goes. We already knocked the other one down. All right, sharp turn. Beautiful tree in the way. That should be good. All right, lower it. Turn it on. Yeah, we'll get this little section taken care of, and then we should be able to plant the entire field. Loop around. Yeah, extra little money here, but it's going to be a little bit of a challenge every time. Some other sections of our properties that are like this too, so nothing new to us. Are we going to be able to get over that? Let's lift. Big curb there. Big curb. Come on. You can fight through it. You can fight through it. All right, now we should be able to lower. And that should be plenty of runway there. And 3,500 liters of seed should be plenty. We are putting some fertilizer down there in the grass, I just noticed. But here we go. The big bulk of the field. Let's get it done. You can already see in front of us there is a section that's going to take a lot of nitrogen to get it in a good state, starting right now. But it only has to turn it yellow? Some of it green? All right, not too bad. I'll see you on the other side. And just a tiny little speck here to pick up that we missed, and this job is complete. I'm excited to go sell all that corn and get back to a harvest. We haven't done a harvest in a little bit here. A lot of field work going on. A lot of field prep. Looking great. You know, 50% fertilizer left, 42% seed. That'll be helpful in the future. Let's get back home. Check on our fields, check on the used market, just in case, and then sell some corn. So we should get one harvest of that field this episode, and then 2 harvests in year 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost halfway through this challenge. Boy, oh boy. Drop that off there. Shut her on off. Skip some time. 517 horsepower. Boy, that's tempting. Nowhere close to enough money, though. All right, we have gotten it at its peak price here of $1,048. Look at it sold. All right, let's get this thing all filled up with corn. I think we're gonna have to do 2 trips because of how much we have. There we go. 90,000 in that one. Stop right about here. Get another 90,000. Boy, it's hard to see. I think we went too far, though. We'll hit the brakes. Back up the train. I thought there was one more. I need to go look. Oh my goodness, it's so dark. Is this a different train than we had last time? That's strange. Maybe it was this one? Okay. Get as much as we can in this first load. There we go, right there. I think we'll be good. Come on, brakes. Nope, too far. There we go. Filling up. We'll get majority of it, but not all of it in this load. Oh, maybe we did get all of it. And cruise backwards and get this sold. Feels like this is less than last time. I felt like we did not fill up like this. Oh man. And there we go. $294,000 plus 33. We're sitting at 153.27. Let's pay off these loans. We're sitting at 282. And let's look in here. Yeah, that was all of it. All right, so we're going to do what we tried to do last time. And we're gonna drive over the second midnight switches. We're gonna start that harvest because I want to sell as much of this as possible while the prices are good. Well, I knew I would do it eventually, and I forgot to hit the record button after the harvest. Yeah, a little rough there, but we did sell 117,000 more liters, a little more than that, for about, I guess, you guys can do the math there. I've already lost the number in my head, and I don't have it in the recording. So we're sitting at $419,000. We're going to get these fields flipped in January. In February, we're going to buy the next set of fields. We could buy them now, but based on how I want to run this the rest of the way, I think it would make sense to hold off until we're able to start planting them. It might be wise to just buy and plant as fast as we can to get as many harvests in as possible, but for sanity's sakes, this is the route I'm going. So we'll get these fields plowed. We'll get these 2 fields plowed, and then we'll get the lime going. But I'll rejoin you after the plowing session. And just about done with fields 9 through 14 here. The teens, I guess we could call them. We got a little speck of, dirt up there that we can see. Let's go ahead and lift so we can get over there faster. I'm really tempted to use Easy Dev and remove the stones just for aesthetics, but I think we'll leave them there. Just kind of on my mind. But let's fold this up, head on over to the next field, get it plowed, and then we'll get the lime going on and some planting. Just a lot of rinsing and repeating. but I love it. And arriving to the field now. This one yields so good. So good. It's smaller than the field we were just at, but we got almost the same amount of crop from it because of the yield. This one we got lucky on. All right, get that lowered now. Start cruising. Just another fun job. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the plowing is what I do here. Just cruising at 9 miles an hour. Honestly, what I do with my time here, especially when I use GPS, is respond to comments, watch some other videos in the background. Just enjoy a farming simulator similar to the way you guys do, I think. Good stuff. And last pass, a little foggy afternoon so far here in January. But we'll get this last pass done, go get the spreader. I don't remember how much lime is in it. Potentially fill that up. Do the next step. But some decisions are going to be made here in a little bit, so stay tuned. And cruising back this way, we get a nice look at our frosted new field here that we'll be harvesting in a few months. Everything looking great over here. What does it tell me? Let's see. What does it say for yield expected? Only 80%. Very interesting. Thought the soil type was pretty good. Let's go across the way here to the top. There we go, to 100. Is anywhere going to be above that 100 mark? Doesn't look like it. So, loam is the best type. We've got the mixture, I believe, if we jump in here. Yeah, sandy loam and loamy sand and a little bit of loam down there. So, yeah, that makes sense. And we almost did some crop destruction. Woo, woo, woo. All right, let's go get the spreader. All right, drop that off there and back on up to the spreader. Find out what we have left here. 24% is not going to be enough. We will go fill it up. We did have that lonely bag of lime over there that we moved earlier. And then we'll buy probably about 5 bags. And what we learned earlier, we'll have to help this bag out here. We'll have to lift it back up so that we can refill. Oh, it is going to let us. I wonder why that seed one didn't earlier. Okay, so we're at 3,500. Let's, hop in the store. Go to these bags here, lime. I think 5's the risk I want to take. Got the top opened here still. Is this, oh, solid fertilizer on the other side of the fence. That's too bad. That's a waste. I wish we could convert that into liquid fertilizer, but we can't. And there we go. So we fill up. Drive straight. I can see where we need to go already, so this should be enough. Fingers crossed. And it looks like that was the right amount of bags as we use this last one up here. 96% full. That should be plenty for these fields. We'll weave through here. Try not to hit the fence and the pole. Perfect. And then if we take this route here, that'll take us straight to the underpass to get us to the field to the west. Cut through right here and here, and we're onto the road. Go ahead and unfold her up, and we'll turn on the implement right as we enter the field. Like so. Not a lot of lime needed. We probably could have skipped this one, but we've decided to do lime every time. We've learned that's the best way to get the most yield. Almost 500,000 right now. We did spend 96,000 plus the field data for the other fields, so we've made about just over 500,000 this episode already. So $1 million episode once we do the harvest again. That puts us, well short still. But these other fields we're buying, they're going to be key. Let's get this done. And one little tiny speck to get on this field, and we will head to the north and get the other fields. Turn it on here. Yeah, there we go. All done. Fold it up. Cruise on over. I think if we go to... Oh, that car is going to get in the way. This lane is what's the best to get us there. So we don't have to cross over the ditch. Let's get over there. What a productive day. I'm about 3.5 hours into recording today. Feels good though. I like busting out one thing, just focused on it. And with 72% capacity, we should have more than enough product left to put down lime here and just get straight to planting, because I want to get to, the exciting part where we get to buy more land. That's always fun for me on this. That's where the mistakes are made. That's where the victories are made by making the correct purchases in challenges like this. The amount of times I've called AI people idiots, the drivers, not realizing that, they're not real, is kind of hilarious to me. Just ran into a guy who's driving next to me and he sees me, but he just runs into me anyways. Just kind of hilarious. Hopefully that's a little improved when the next game comes out. Let's go get the planter. It's time to get some more seed in the ground here in January. And then we'll be looking at our next plot of land after that. Oh, where are we going? I forgot I was going home. I was going to the train station. Here we go. This is the right path. And plop that there. Remember, we have a decent amount in here. Yeah, not bad. I don't think it's enough, though. We will top off at the store before heading to that west field. The teens just moving right along in this playthrough here, this challenge. Toughest one I've done so far on Farming Simulator. We did the New Holland challenge. There's a playlist out there if you're interested. Early on when I was making videos, I feel like I'm a lot better at the game. I'm a lot better at making content at this point. But if you're interested in that, it's an older series, a little over a year old, I think, at this point, where we only were allowed to use New Holland equipment. And the challenge was to get $5 million in the bank by the end of 5 years. And I won't spoil it for you. It was a fun challenge. I don't know if I'll do a manufacturer challenge like that again, though. Maybe a John Deere one. There were there's limited implements even on Mod Hub for New Holland, so we did have to use some things that weren't New Holland when there were the types of implements that didn't have a manufacturer New Holland, option. So it was fun though. We did the bee challenge, see how quickly we could get $1 million with just bees. That was pretty fun. And I have a couple more challenges that I have kind of drawn up that we're going to be attacking here very shortly on the channel. I really enjoy the challenge-based content. And we'll mix in some role-playing and other series like that. And Whiskey RP is just right around the corner to be back, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. All right, let's get 1 pallet of fertilizer. And we will buy 2 more bags of seed. And that should be more than enough seed. It won't fill it up completely, but we'll be good. And we're going to I think we'll head to the northern fields first this time, just to mix it up a little bit. And then work our way back to the West Teens fields. And this path right here should take us right to the field. And we've arrived at the late 20s. It reminds me of, people out there when they turn 30 or 40, they're saying, I'm 29 twice. This is my second 29th birthday, That's why we'll call these the late 20s, these fields. It's one thing I want to do better in all my playthroughs is come up with names for fields so that they're easy to remember and know what we're talking about. When we're like, let's go plant some corn in the teens. We'll plant some corn in the late 20s field. They're not the best names, but I think we need to do that in all my series. Let me know what you think. If you have any cool ideas for field names, or maybe there's a theme you go with on a certain playthrough as we get stuck on the power line there. Just do one of these to turn around. Go ahead and lower that again, though. And we're going to hit it again, aren't we? It's getting comical over here. Comedy hour. All right, we should be clear now. Cruise control enabled. There we go. All right. Should have plenty of seed and fertilizer. I'm hoping for both of these fields. I can't remember if we had to go back. If it's for anything, it'll probably be fertilizer. But man, I'm addicted to this playthrough. Getting a little dark. We have just over 50% fertilizer left. I think we're going to do this last pass here if we can avoid the power line. And we couldn't. Oh man, come on, Chris. That should give us enough to just really loop out. Just missing it. Trying to turn it a little bit better there. Trying to learn things here. There we go. I got a comment today saying it's obvious I'm not a driver. It's rude. Just kidding. No, it is pretty obvious. I'm not a driver. I'm not a truck driver. I'm not a tractor driver. I'm trying to learn all this stuff. We're doing better, though. All right, let's go ahead. We'll fold this up. We're going to ignore the little tiny speck that we missed over there because that's just not worth my time as it's getting late in this day. It's starting to get dark, but we're going to head over top off on fertilizer. I think we have enough seed. And we'll go do the teens. We'll go to the teens field. All right, we are here. 54% is going to be close, but we might as well get as much as we can here. Gets us to like 75. Yeah, we got plenty now. We should be good. I think we have enough seed too. But I'll be sad if we have to come back and get more. And we should have just enough light to finish planting this. Though the sun does set pretty early in January. See, this car successfully turns around and gets out of our way. It does. All right, we can shut the hazards off, start unfolding. And you know what? Let's do this end row first, because it's always the big challenge is figuring out how to turn around near this building. And our lonely herbicide over here. You want to come with us? There we go. Let's pull a little bit more forward, and then we'll try to back up like so. Oh, that's too much. Too much. There we go. Got it. Lowered. Turned on. Cruise away. Get these end rows done. We go there and back. That'll give us plenty of room to turn around doing this planting session here. 69% seed. Should be plenty. Flirting with the end of the map again there. One pass done. You can see how extending this away from that building will definitely give us enough room to be able to turn around and not run into it. Our guidelines here. We'll find a good spot to set home to and start cruising. And I think I am just gonna take advantage of these existing paths here. We'll go ahead and do that. And be just a couple short passes to begin with, but once we get to the middle of the field, we should be good to go. Boy, it got dark fast tonight. It is 5:30, but it is super dark already. Good thing we have good lights on this John Deere. Just finishing this up. Plenty of capacity of both. At this point, I'm not sure if we even needed to add the fertilizer, but we were driving that way anyways, so no loss. Just get to the end here, and then we will head home and take a look at the real estate around. Man, if this wasn't a challenge, I'd be buying some lighting for the farmyard here, but that's just a waste of money. We're home. Get this put away. We're not going to need it. Well, we'll need it next month. We'll need all 3 of these next month. We won't need that first. Shut the lights off. Go get a nice rest in. And take a look at some land. Let's see if the used market tempts us first, though. To ruin our challenge by wasting money on equipment that's just not going to be worth enough when it comes time to sell it. Yeah, I think we're good. Nothing there. That was too soon, apparently. There we go. Okay, one more check here. Nothing of interest. We're going to plant this in February, so let's make it February. And if I'm doing my calculations right, we'll have a harvest in March. We'll check that right now, though. Okay, so it is February. Let's check this. Nothing good. Let's go into this view now. And yes, so March we'll be harvesting these. And then let's buy some land here. We're going to go here. So that's at minimum what I wanted. We have about 300,000 left. This one kind of changes my plans. We're going to buy them all. I want this whole section right here. And look how much land we own now. Holy Toledo. All of this down here, up there. Gosh, might be the whole shebang by the time we get done. And yep, we're taking liberties here. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to come up here. And I think that might do it, but I think there is a way to remove snow. Yeah, we don't want the snow. We don't want the snow. All right, let's do what we had to do last time. We're sitting at $183,000 and a lot of land. A lot of land that we just bought. Let's get hooked up to the plow to begin. Head on over there. Create our fields. We'll look at our soil data. After that. And man, oh man, it's like a lot of work for the next 5 years ahead of us. How do we get over there? Where's the field entrance? All the way down here, I guess. There it is. Okay, not too bad. But I bought way more than I was planning on, which is always fun. We're going to cruise on up to the top of the field here. And we'll get lined up, because it is a straight shot for these, I believe. At least on this side of the field. Go ahead and start unfolding. All of this needs plowed, too. So I am going to use my guidelines to help me here. Let's go in here. We'll do width, and then we'll turn those on. Alt end switches them. Alt home. And we got to get over a little bit. Let's go ahead and lower it. Might as well not be wasting. Right there's perfect. So now I will hit cruise control here. We'll come back and get that little bit we missed later. But we will enable fields and go straight through the end here. And then we'll come do the middle sections. I think that's a more wise way to do it, and I think we did that early on, where we're getting the connection done where the fields end. So we're not extending the fields, based on the rules. We're just connecting them. Yeah, this all needs to be plowed. I'm going to shut off enable field right now. We'll get to the end here and we'll start driving up because their fields were connecting that direction too in this set. So we'll get to the edge here, unlock GPS, and try to get straight here. Start pulling forward and get over enough here. Let's just switch this again, go home, lock it in. Go ahead and let fields be enabled. This is a big plot of land right here. I think this was the right move. And when we get to the end, we'll shut off field create. Lift like that. Oh, that's a power line. Back up a little bit here. Just kind of shimmy it around. There we go. And we'll start cruising forward, but not too far because I do need to turn on and field enabled again. But this one we'll have to drive on our own because it's not a straight shot. So let's get it enabled now and curve over. If we add a little bit, we did our best. And this will be the first time we have a field that's, has a unique cutout in it, like this field 75 we're driving up to. So we'll connect those, go completely around the field, and finish connecting it before we get the field data. And I think I am just gonna finish this plowing session before I buy that field data. So we'll just bust this out here. We're fixing our configuration. Want to get over a little bit more. There we go. And away we go. Another foggy afternoon. We got this all plowed. This is a freaking huge field. It is bigger than I thought. This might be our success right here. This might lead to it. But we'll get back to the house. We'll switch out the implements, but we do need to buy the field data. Feel really good about that now. Wow. Just so much property we own at this point. And the plow is detached. Hook up here, but we will take a break and buy that soil sample before we forget. All right. So top in here, all in a plowed state. Go to this menu and purchase away here. I think we'll get a total after we exit this screen, I believe. Big mismatch there. Yeah, there's about all the numbers. I guess it didn't give us a total there, but we're down to 166. Good amount of money spent on soil samples there. Something we'll have to keep in mind over the next few years. Let's go get this topped off. We're gonna need more than a full load here for this field. So we'll get the first one completely full and then we'll see how far that gets us. First time I've seen it empty over here in a while. We're gonna go ahead and buy just 8 because I know we're gonna need them eventually. So we'll hop in here, lime. We'll do 8, 2,800 bucks. Loop around here, fill it up, and I'll meet you at the field. I do feel like we're making all the right plays now in this challenge, and if we don't get to 10 million at this point, it's basically gonna be blamed on the first year or so when we weren't making wise decisions. And I would do those years a little differently. I would spend a lot more time doing contracts. I'd make sure we had all the equipment we needed before we even planted our first field. But it'll be interesting. This is a huge one. Big field. I think it's our biggest now. Might be, yeah, just about the same, if not bigger than the field behind it. So this is a big jump for us. It's a lot more work to do every year, but that's what it was going to take to win this challenge. We always knew that. That's why we've been disciplining ourselves to get as much work done as quick in the 3 days of the month so that muscle memory exists. But boy, 3.5 tons, 4.38 tons per hectare, down to 85, 86% already. It's going to need a lot of lime to start getting this field into shape. But we can handle it. And to do the headland there we go. Get far enough over, we're good. But yeah, definitely the biggest field. Yeah, I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger. I might be wrong, but I feel like I'm in over my head right now. All right, we'll bust this out, regroup with you in a few. Well, we're at the store for our third load, and we're not done yet. I think this third full load's gonna be enough. We'll buy 5 more bags here. Yeah, big field. This has got me excited about being able to win this challenge, really. Get this going, we'll have to loop around to fill up the other ones, but gosh, a lot of work ahead of me. I think this will be the last year that we do a full calendar year on an episode, because I want to make sure we get these coming out at a decent cadence so people don't forget about the series or feel like it's gone away, because it's going to take a lot longer to record each year moving forward. Not complaining. I knew what I was in for when I signed up for this. Just letting you know an adjustment we'll be making after this episode. Yeah, 95% should do it based on what we have left. If it doesn't, we'll come back and get more. You can kind of see in the distance how much we have left. We'll show you when we get closer. I don't think it's quite bigger than 86 through 89, which is to our right now, but it's pretty close, which we know is like a 300,000 a year field. If this is a 300,000 a year field, that puts us, sorry, a 600, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the math anymore. I was gonna try to wing it there. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But you can see this is what we have left. All this lime is 28,000 liters so far. Go ahead and lock in place on this one here. Finish that up and get this done. What a grind. And finishing up the last little section here. Plenty of capacity left. We'll be using that next month though. Not worried about that. Let's go get the planter and do a lot more back and forth to the store, because I have a feeling we're gonna have to do the same. At least three loads of seed and fertilizer on this bad boy for getting the corn in the ground. But yeah, this gives you a good view. Pretty good field here. It feels good. It feels like we're making the right progress. It's just gonna be a hell of a lot of work. All right, it's empty over here again. So looking at capacity right now, we're gonna cut this car off because we can. Let's go ahead and stop right here. We'll go 1 pallet. If it doesn't fill it up, we'll buy another one. And 2 bags. We'll do 3 bags here. All right, 4. Talked myself into it. Well, let's fill up, see how we're sitting. We might need 1 more thing of fertilizer, but that'll be plenty of seed. Fertilizer takes from all the way over there. It's crazy. Crazy. And it was enough. Okay, good. But the seed doesn't take. What kind of hit zones do we have here? Hit boxes. The Kenzie's coming in clutch, though. That's for sure. We're going to hold 3 of these. Okay, so we did need that much. We'll come back for more when we need it. Let's get out to the field. Get the last chore of this recording session done. Whew. We still got 5 months to get through in this video. 5 fields to harvest. So we got this big field in front of us. We got the big field to the field to our left here. The field to our right, that's 3. We have the new field, that's 4. The one beyond this one. Then we have the north field, the late 20s field, that's 5, and then the teens field. So we have 6 harvests left this year, and then we will have 7 harvests next episode. Oh, wow. All right, let's go ahead and we'll open this up. We'll do a headland here, and I have a feeling a headland alone might take up about half of our nitrogen. I think this is, I'm thrilled. I'm scared. It's going to be a lot of work. A lot of grinding, but I'm here for it, and I think it's the right decision. And I think this is what we'll remember as the field that really got us to win this challenge. I'm hoping. It got dark fast, but we had enough product. So it makes me think this field's not as big as I think it is, but it is pretty big still. I mean, we only had to do, pretty much everywhere was the 8 seeds per meter square, so that might be why as well. And there's a lot of it that was already pretty good with nitrogen. So this field's done. There's a couple little specks we missed, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to be worried about getting out of this chair and stretching my legs a little bit, maybe going for a run and doing some real yard work here, since I started at about 11 my time and it's 5 now. That's a long day of just this. I know you guys appreciate it and love it though, so it's all well and worth it. We'll get this home, get some rest, real life rest, and on to the March harvest and replanting of the field in front of us and the other two. Thanks for hanging out so far. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So we just got done with a live stream and we planted the rest of the fields that we just got done harvesting, and we harvested and replanted the field over this direction. And we got just about 4 trailers full. So right now, if we take a look at the corn we have is almost 400,000 liters. So that's, roughly, a little over $400,000. Let's take a look at our fields because honestly, I've kind of lost track of where we're at in this process. So the closest things growth-wise are the fields over here. It's time to skip some time and get to those harvests. What is this thing? That's quite the configuration. Oh yeah, and we bought this. Totally forgot, totally spaced it. We don't have a trailer for it yet though. So if I'm remembering right, we need to get to the point where we can sell this corn before we actually harvest, and then at night we start harvesting those fields. So that's where we're at. We're gonna get to June, see if we can get the prices pretty nice, and we're gonna make some decisions here soon. We got some stuff to buy. Oh, that'd be so nice to have. All right, let's get the time rolling. We are going to prep ourselves for selling a whole lot of corn. It's June 3rd. We're above $1,000. We're gonna let it get a little bit higher, and it's at 10:25. We're gonna slow down time and rent the train once we find the right spot. There it is, and get this going. Let's make our money here. And the locomotive is here. Let's go ahead and get it filled up. We're gonna use all the bins here, or all the cars. Let's stop it right there. Come on, these brakes are a little weak. Gotta back up just a little bit now, I think. Oh, I can't see back there. I wish there was a way to actually see where you are. Yeah, that's not it. Oh yeah, that's the log one. I can kind of see now. So it's this next blue one that we want to get. Let's start slowing down. There we go. And we're gonna roll too far, aren't we? There we go. Got it. All right, let's fill it up. We'll see what the total is because I don't remember. If we're gonna have to do, I think it might be 3 trips this time. I'm gonna have to rent the train 3 times. Oh, that one has a huge capacity, so that's 120,000 fit in there. So it will be just 2 times that we have to rent this. Depending on the capacity of these, it might be just 1. It doesn't make sense. We've had to rent it twice before, right? All right, we're at 210,000. So yeah, it looks like we will. Yeah, we're not gonna fit 180 in here, so we'll have to get it a second time, but that's not bad. It's gonna be annoying if we get to the point where we have to get it like 5 times, but that's a good type of annoying. 300,000 liters on our way. Here we go. All right, let's hit yes. 330,000, not bad. Let's get over there as quick as we can and get this thing re-rented. Yeah, it should be here. Oh, it's running away. It's running away. It's gonna have to do a full loop. That's annoying. $400,000 though. We got some farmland we could buy. Could be 60 through 68. Could be these ones. We could start investing in bigger fields, which I wasn't wanting to buy that, but now that we have this money, I might. Can't extend, so those are a loss down here. And you know what? Oh man, it's so late in June. We won't be able to flip that yet, but having those ready in June would be ideal. So we have something we're harvesting in June. Man, I don't think we could do that. That would be really exploiting the timing. And like if we ran it at ×1, we could get it done, but I don't think that would be wise. Does anything have corn in it right now that's not ours? 58 does, and it's ready to harvest. I think we just made up our minds for us. Okay, I'm gonna buy that right now. It's $95,000, but we can sell it. We can sell it eventually, and I'm gonna buy this one, so we're gonna go down that path. And we still have more money to bring in. And how much is 51? We'll go ahead and buy it. We just made that decision. So we have something to harvest that we're gonna do in June, and then go directly to that next one. Whoa, big time stuff. Is this thing ever gonna get here? Been waiting for like 5 minutes, and it keeps getting farther away, and then closer away, and then farther away, and then closer, and then farther. Should have went and harvested a little bit. This thing seems bugged. Now it's going farther away. What is going on? So let's trick it. Cost us 95 bucks to just wait for it. Sheesh. So you probably never seen the map like this when I play usually, and we're still waiting for like we have the train rented, and it's just, oh, sorry, those are our crops. It's just not showing up, and I don't know why. So we're gonna head over here to this field number 58, and we're gonna harvest it real quick. And I'm gonna keep an eye on the train. I'm beyond confused at this point on what is happening with the train. I'm tempted to exit the game and come back in and see if it fixes it. But we'll get some new field data here on our new fields. Get an idea what the yield's like. It looks like it is yellow. If we change the map there, yeah, pretty hard yellow. While we're waiting for the train, let's go ahead and see. Expected yield looks like 64%, so not too bad. But we'll have to get the soil samples in a little bit from these, but I figured, oh no, now the yield's red. Let's check the map. Still no train. That's bizarre. Don't try to rent the train twice. I guess maybe it's driving all the way to that other city. I don't know. So I'll just get some harvesting done, and then we'll see what kind of a fee we get from waiting on this train, if it ever shows. We've been waiting on the train so long, it's just not coming back. And I think what I'm gonna do is I've returned it. It charged us a little bit of money. I'm gonna save the game. I started harvesting over there, trying to get a little bit of a yield going and see what's going on there. But we're gonna save, exit, and come back and see if that fixes the problem with the train not coming back in case anybody else runs into the same thing. So this is what we've harvested so far, and the yield is not the best. So let's get back over to the train station, and now let's rent it and see if it appears or if we've broken this save by trying to request the train so quickly after having it last time. Bizarre. This is exactly how I imagined spending my night. But here comes the train finally. We have discovered that if we restart the game, it fixes the problem with renting the train right away. And it says it's 6 kilometers away, but on the map, it's showing that it's showing up right now. So we can't trust that either. Okay, now we just need to fill the rest of this up and see where we're at. Gonna be the most amount of money we've had. I mean, we did spend a lot of that, but we're sitting good right now. About another 100,000 about to come our way. All right, here we go. Oh, that wasn't all of it. That wasn't all of it. We're not doing this again. Slow down, slow down. We gotta go. We gotta fill up more. We had more than 90,000. Oh, doofus. There we go. 6,000 in there. I would have sold it in a little bit, but I wanted to get it now. I want it now. Okay, 98,000 plus the environmental score. We're at 166. Let's get back to this harvest. We're not gonna spend any money yet, any of that money yet. And what I'm thinking we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this. We're going to then go to July, and we might just sell this right away. But at this point, we need to go back to ×5 speed, giving myself the liberty of speeding up when it comes to just the selling of the corn, because of the way we're skipping time, I'm justifying that. And yeah, so we'll get this harvested and see how our initial yield is, or, you know, our initial yield, and then we're going to improve it. We got to get some soil samples. So I think in July, we will harvest the other 2 fields and probably have workers help us get this stuff going and try to get through July by replanting all of these, harvesting the other 2 fields and replanting those, and that'll wrap up year 5. I think this is the play. And I think that these trailers are going away. We're going to just, like, you know, not realistic, but we're just going to use, we have no way to use these trailers to get the goods into that trailer. So these are going away. We'll get whatever money we can out of them, and then we'll get back to the harvest. So we bought that trailer. I think that's the play. We're going to use it. It might not be super realistic, but that's how we're going to do it, because these trailers here have no ability to get their goods into that trailer anyways. So we'll get these sold, see how much money we can make out of them. And we're down to $28,000, but I think that was a huge investment that's really going to help me with traveling time back and forth from fields, because it's been a nightmare. And that's been the hardest part of this series, and that's really part of the reason why I've been so slow to get these videos out as well. Pretty decent setup. Let's see if we can get both of these in the trigger at the same time. Oh, it should just be attached to the vehicle, right? So that should be good. Yes, okay. So we are going to repair and repaint and get 4,000 back from this one. And we'll go here and we'll repair and repaint and get 14,000 back. Okay, and what did I just do? There we go. Let's go ahead and we'll get this. Actually, this is a pretty good spot for that to just stay parked. Okay. Now we're gonna go over to the semi and use it for the first time and go out there and unload that grain. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Turning our head, getting a little lag in this vehicle apparently, but we're gonna then turn the wheel. Gotta get a little closer. Oh, not terrible, not terrible. Let's go ahead and look where we're going. Oh, we gotta crank it. We gotta crank it. Yeah, that didn't work. Is this one not gonna be compatible? There's no way. These are base games. Okay, so now should be able to just crank it. Oh, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Crank it the other way. Slow and steady. And then now we're gonna crank it. That's close enough. All right, now can we get out of here, Cab View? I want to start doing this a lot more in my videos. I think it's be pretty pretty wise and help out the content, I think. And gotta go a little wide there. I don't think we went wide enough. Not even close. Not even close. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, then if we crank this a little bit and we're still stuck. Yeah, those crops are getting ruined anyways. We can't harvest them. So we'll go ahead and open up that one, open up that one. And this is pretty excessive, but we'll drive this over to the other fields as well here in a bit. This is a good amount of land we just bought. That's exciting. And start unloading. A little worried this might get filled up all the way. And maybe this capacity is not that great in these trailers. Wow, that's close. That's close. All right, back to the harvest. There we go. Let's get this finished. Well, it's starting to get dark and we're finishing up this harvest. So I think it's gonna be wise to, I might do the plowing and get the field to be a single field before we start the other harvest, just to allow us to use workers. We have $42,000, so I might use a worker to help with some of the plans or the work on this field to get it prepped as soon as possible. But I can only use one worker, so I'll have to do the harvest all by myself. Okay, that's full. And now that we have this, I'm also going to sell this right now. So let's shut that off for now. And that's all done. So 20,000. We'll make sure we get max money from that. And we'll see how good this semi is for this setup. All right, so go this way. Little wide turn there. We did okay. Back to our side of the road. Nice. Nice. And we're just going to cruise through that stop sign. I wish the blinkers would work where you turn the wheel and then when you come back, it just automatically shuts off. Be nice. All right, let's see how this entrance goes here. It's not that I'm worried about. It's this little curb. All right there. Get this first one emptied out. While that's going, I'm gonna go grab the train. All right, here, right there. Where's it at? Where's it at? There. Oh, it's gonna be close. Okay, that's good. And that one's all done. So then I need to go to this button and do that. Okay. Ah, we beat it. Okay, so this now shut off. And here comes the train. This is good timing. Maximizing our profits. Should be 20,400 liters. There we go. And let's go get that money. I want to hear in the comments, where are you in your series? Have you done, or your playthrough? Have you given up? What year did you give up? How far did you make it? Let me know. And then, yeah, 22,000 bucks about. So we'll get this out of the way. I'm gonna drive this all the way to the field we're closest to, and then get the plow over here. Oh, we have 200 liters in here. That's fine. Oh, we gotta run into the edge of the map this route. Oh, why did that car stop? You're perfect. It was perfect timing. Oh, can we cut through this way? We're gonna find out. Where's that river go? Oh, we should be fine. Like an apartment complex or a hotel right here. Pretty cool. All right, so this is over here for when midnight hits. We could start the harvest. Shut that off. Yeah, this is what I wanted next. I almost feel like we can afford maintenance on this now, but I just don't see that it's worth it. I haven't seen any benefit. Nice view of the corn at night there. Be ready in another month and a half. All right, I figured if we're gonna do this at night, no way we're gonna do it in cab view in the field. But we're gonna make we're gonna connect our fields, and then we'll probably buy the soil samples just to see it. And then we could get the plow going on a worker. I'll do course play probably to make sure it does the right things. But let's go ahead and start opening up, because right here is where we're gonna start. And yeah, this is wide enough to do this in one pass, which is super nice. About right there. And lower it, allow fields, and just drive all the way down here, connect this, and then we can do connecting 57 and 58, and then we can connect 56 and 55 after that. All right, got to this edge, turn just a hair I think will help, and lift. There we go. This is I'm excited about this. This is a big purchase we just made, and I think it's, I don't know, man. 10 million I think is gonna happen. I wish I could build a field all out here too, but that's against the rules. Okay, this one's a lot shorter of a pass, but let's try to line up good here, right there. Not bad. And that's done. Let's go ahead and head up this direction to the top of field 55. Ooh, okay, so let's go right here first. We'll lower that and connect that way, and then we can come around and just turn this way and do the rest of it. And right to there. Lift. We'll disable fields now. And just to help out course play, I'm gonna go ahead and do a whole headland of this. It doesn't necessarily help course play, but I want to see how big this field is, and doing the headland and seeing how long it takes plowing seems to be a good way to gauge that. So let's lower, and I'm gonna look at the timestamp of the video right now. We're at 57.5 minutes. Let's see where we're at when we get done. And we're just approaching 4.5. No, so it's 57 to, yeah, 5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes just to do the headland. This is a big boy. All right, let's stop for now. Actually, I want to see if we can do this. Yeah, that's nice. So if we did 2 headlands, do start on headlands and do round or smooth. We want sharp corners. And then, yeah, generate. Okay, first waypoint. Go ahead and get started. And then it should tell us an estimated only 45 minutes. That's not terrible. That's not terrible for this big of a field. So this is huge. Let's go ahead and, before we forget, because I already did, let's go ahead and buy. Oh man, we need to do that harvest and sell the corn because we're broke. $43,000. Okay, it was just that one that really hurt. Okay, so we don't need that tractor now. That's not quite ready. We'll go ahead and cruise on over to that harvest area, and then we're gonna fast forward to July so we can start doing that harvest. And then we're gonna sell that corn as we fill up this semi between the 2 fields we have to harvest. And yeah, should be a good amount of time to allow the plowing to happen. And then we can also do course play on some other things. And my course play settings are wrong. That should be charging us. There we go. So we'll head on over to that field like we were mentioning and do the things. I actually really like the idea that we bought this now because it frees up that tractor for us to use a worker while we harvest by ourselves, because I feel like time-wise, that is more helpful to me than if I had a worker help me with the harvest. We can do 2 things at once. And we'll go down about right here, get that parked there, and then skip a little bit of time and check the used market because we can, and turn the lights on this thing and get to harvesting. And completely around the headland is 97% capacity. We did have 200 liters in here, so that doesn't make for a huge difference there, but good to know as we'll get somewhat close to the semi here. And there we go, back that up and drive this around to unload. There we go. So we won't be able to drive along during the harvest, but I still think this is gonna work. Still think that's gonna work. So let's go ahead and turn this back on and continue with the harvest, and we'll see if we get done with this harvest before they get done plowing. I honestly don't know. All right, they just finished the second headland and we filled up the harvester twice. Trying to do the math in my head and see, I think we'll be well done with these 2 harvests before that's done. We might be getting to the point where a second tractor would be nice, or would be needed, not necessarily nice. Lots of fields. Nighttime work might become a regular thing too. I'm gonna get all 3 of these fields planted in July. I don't think we're gonna quite fill up the semi on this harvest, but we're getting there. We're almost done, and you can see they're just about starting the longer passes on the plowing. So I think we're gonna win here. We might actually get fields 28 through 30 done before they're done plowing, but that might be pushing it. And done with this harvest. We'll see if this fills up the truck. I'm not sure. I think we have a little more capacity left than what's in here. So let's go ahead and shut that off. Cruise on over and see. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of capacity left, but we can go over here and see how many liters we got. Yeah, that's a good amount. It's a good amount, 61,000. Now we're gonna see how good this semi is. Is it, like, if it's not strong, this was a terrible idea. It takes it a second, but it gets up to speed. Decided to be wise to go sell this because we're gonna start that harvest and probably fill it up pretty quick. So yeah, we'll go sell this and then and then we'll go do the other field. All right, we're gonna go call the train while that unloads. I just spilt a soda on my keyboard. All right, there's, yeah, 68,000 bucks. So that's good. They finished their job. Okay, they finished that. That's pretty sweet. We're gonna let them just enjoy life for a minute. We're gonna get this harvest done and sell some more corn, and then we just have those 3 fields to plant. And well, we have to plow 2 fields and do lime everywhere. That's gonna be a lot of lime. I'll finish with the harvest, see what our total is over here. So 49,000, that's seems like a pretty good number. And for the last time in year 5, we are waiting on the train. And is it glitching again? No, it's coming. Okay, that was a weird glitch. Weird glitch. Here we go, 49,000 more dollars. There we go, 53,000, almost 54. We will get this moved at least off the field. And next, we'll get these 2 fields plowed and then start doing lime and planting. Yay, lots of work. I wonder how often a tractor pulls up to a gas station with a plow attached. Gonna get some fuel and then we'll go get the fields plowed. It's always an exciting time of these playthroughs for me. The last few jobs that we got to do before we get to completely edit this and get it out to you guys. Super exciting. How much fuel does this thing hold? Oh man, $1,500. Whew. Well, someone was telling me that they think it possibly burns through fuel more when it's not. Oh, come on, man. That the tractors burn through fuel more if I don't do the maintenance. So that could be a justification, but I can't imagine it's as much fuel or enough money to, I don't know. I just don't know if it still justifies it. A poor canister of herbicides, never gonna get used. It's just gonna live its life on the little dirt road there. There we go. Oh yeah. Get this soil all fresh and prepared for another harvest, another planting session. One more field to plow after this. Moving good. So what I'm thinking about with this series is the goal as of right now is to release a new episode of this every 2 weeks. And moving forward, I talked about it at the beginning, is we're going to want to do 6 months at a time. Since we have so many fields, so many things to harvest, it's just a single year is going to be a very, very long episode and take a long time for me to record, you know, with prioritizing other projects as well. So that's going to be the plan. And I think it'll be good. I think that'll be a good way for me to figure out how to prioritize working on this and keep it going and see if we can actually pull this off. And definitely want to finish this before the end of summer is what I'm aiming for. And there's the combine just chilling over here. What'll be interesting is the field we haven't harvested yet. Well, I guess the 2 new ones, the 2 big, huge ones that we've purchased this year, seeing what kind of money we make from that and seeing where we're at when we finish this first 6 months of year 6. I know I say this every episode, but it's going to be really telling. We're really close to being done buying fields, I think, and starting to just save money towards the ultimate goal of $10 to $20 million. All right, let's finish this day. All this land out here. That's our corn. That's our corn. That's our corn. Out in the distance there, that's our corn. We've done something here. It's been a long 5 years, but we've made progress, approaching the halfway mark in this challenge. Still only $162,000. All right, put the plow away. Actually, I want to look at something. We own all of this space, right? And all of this space. I mean, we could get some extra money right now. If we sold, we'll just have to keep that in mind. If we need $57,000, we could sell that field. Okay, this field here. I don't think we need to, but we could relocate, and I might do that in between years. But so just something to keep in mind. And I'm gonna put a guess here. It's gonna cost around $20,000 to do the lime in this new field. That could be an outrageous guess, but all right, I think it's an outrageous guess. I don't know. It's going to be a lot, though. All right, we're just going to buy a good amount here to start with. Always forget. Those are more expensive, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay, so we'll buy 8 of these bags. There's 2,800 bucks to start. And we have this fertilizer over the fences. We'll have to remember that. Oh, we use liquid fertilizer. That's why we moved those. Gosh darn it. The proximity to the store, though, like maybe we should have started with this field. Last bag to fill up before we can get started here. There we go, 14,000 liters. And let's take a quick look at the soil types in these fields. We haven't done that yet. So it looks like the sandy loam little stretch goes across this way, but then we have a good amount of loam and loamy sand, and then a little bit of the silty clay. So not too bad. And if I did my math right, it should be the last, it should be year 10 towards the end when we have to rebuy the soil for this field. Gonna be a nice long liming session. So once around the headland and starting to come down the first ups and downs, and we're out. It's gonna be a long liming session. All right, back at it. We had to spend another $2,800. Good thing lime's not super expensive. And back at it. Now that we're doing ups and downs, it shouldn't take too long, but going back and forth, good thing we're right by the store. This sign here, grow your agricultural empire anywhere. Like coffee empire in Brazil. That's kind of what I thought. And all complete with the new field. We had to purchase 3 sets of 8. So, you know, it was, math is hard. So 2,800 and then 5,600 and 7,200. We got these other couple fields. So I think we only need, if I remember right, I think we could fill this up and do both fields, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll find out. It is starting to get late. We will have to go into July 2nd, which is kind of what I wanted to find out this time through. So we'll hop in here, grab 8 more bags of lime, fill them on up, and we'll head straight out to the field in front of us and then back to the north field. Yeah, I'm interested in trying to remember how much lime this one uses, but I can't remember. So there's one way to find out, though. That's do the field, right? Well, it's the next morning. We got all the lime done. We did not have to buy any more. It was plenty of lime. We had like 48% left, and I've bought some fertilizer and seed. We're going to pick that up and doing the last task of year 5. Should be pretty eventful. Oh, this isn't gonna work. That's not gonna work. Gotta back up, and then we'll go the other way. I don't know what we're thinking there. All right, this will be fun. Glad we have the big planter for this, because there's a big boy. I could be wrong, but it does feel like the biggest field. And it could just be me being silly, but, you know, that's never happened before. But here we go. Oh, look at that. That's nice. We got a field that's green with nitrogen already, or with fertilizer. The nitrogen level is good. I think we did that, oh, just about perfect to avoid the tree. Not bad. Yeah, so that's good. So a whole slice of this field already had good nitrogen in it, so we don't have to lose any there. And we make a nice sharp turn here. Head on south. Only 5% seed. That's not too bad. We'll see how it is when we get done with the headland. I think that's when I will check in with you. Yeah, one headland done. We still have 65% of our liquid fertilizer and 76% seed. So that's pretty good, it seems like. That's why we upgraded to this Kenzie. So it's definitely helping us with this process. Not having to go back to the store as often, but it's going to be a long one. Well, it's taken a good amount of the morning, but we've got this massive field done. There's a couple little tiny spots here and there that we missed, but I'm not too concerned about those. Go ahead and fold this up. We're going to get everything refilled, and I believe once this is completely full, we can do both of the other 2 fields without having to come back to the store. If memory serves me correctly. Man, look at all of that green out there. That's all ours. That's all our corn. Gosh, what a difference from the first year. All right, what do we have here? We got a little bit of good still. We used all the seed. Let's go ahead and use all this fertilizer. And I'll come in here. I'm going to grab 3 bags of seed, 2,400 bucks. And we need one more thing of liquid fertilizer. All right, all filled up. Let's go do these last 2 fields and take a break and then get started on year 6. Now, the reason why we didn't use as much lime on these 2 fields as we did on the big field is because it's in good shape already. Should be the same or similar with the nitrogen. Shouldn't be that out of shape since we do treat it regularly, but nitrogen's not as forgiving, or the fertilizer is not as forgiving as lime is. With lime, we learned early in the series we could go 2 years if we really wanted to, or 2 harvests, and not lose a ton of yield, but we seem to fall on this pattern. Yeah, so it's super red, so I guess it will be 400 liters per hectare, just about, which isn't terrible. We'll watch these numbers, see if we have to go back after doing this field, but after doing that one, I have a feeling we'll be okay. And all done with this field, plenty left. We will head on over to the next one and finish this month, or year. It's a whole year we're finishing, not just a month. Oh, bittersweet, bittersweet times. The last field to plant in year 5. And away we go. Should have plenty of seed, plenty of nitrogen. This field is our smallest now that we've expanded all the other ones. And I'm eyeing a few fields that I want to buy in year 6. And after we get done planting this, we'll talk about that. Well, that was a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. 7%, 6. Just see it dropping now. And we'll loop around. We will get this large bit that we missed and then call it good. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, let's get this equipment home and talk about a few things. Actually, I think I'm going to do a screenshot right here. So we're going to leave this equipment right about here. We'll figure that out later, but let's go ahead and jump into this screen. As we look at everything that we own now, is pretty impressive. So our balance right now being at $132,000. I think that means that if we don't end year 6 with about $2 million in the bank, we're done for the 20 million. We got these fields over here that I'm interested in buying. Let's go ahead and look at that now. So this section here, I kind of want to finish right through here. Thinking about this as well and potentially turning, blending all of those together. Then there's 60 through 68 and down here, which would be a small chunk that we could only use for 143. Same with 87. So these ones we might stay away from. 50 we might stay away from. 42, 43, and 45, or I'm interested in finishing that section. And I think in between recording sessions and editing and posting, I'm going to do some math and figure out how close we actually are and have some actual science and mathematics statistics to back whether or not we're going to even get close in 10 years. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Socksway Up. I'll catch you on the next episode.